Welcome back to the one and only role-playing channel. This is your host, the one, the only WarCityDriver, and we'll see if the 19th time is a charm. This has not been going well today between technical issues, and I can't speak straight. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. This series is going to be about basically a weekly update of what's going on within Bytro's games, and then Bytro's RPs, and the RPU, and all that good stuff. To keep people up to date. So let's go ahead and get started. So first up, we have a comic created by High Lord Fu, which is an old friend of ours and the RPU and everything else, and he's helped us out a couple of times. But right now, he's currently has a Kickstarter up for his comic book, Dawn's Early Light. And what's really going to be cool about this is if he raises enough money to get it in there, well, your characters might just happen to be featured, and he's actually looking for writers, so some of the content might be able to come from us, which is pretty darn cool if you ask me. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to show you the video that he has on the Kickstarter for it, and we'll go from there. Voila, there you go. But basically what it's about is set in a post-apocalyptic world where 14 kingdoms are now vying over control of America. More details will come in the future. Their goal is $18,000, and so far they are a ninth of the way there, with a little over $2,000 raised. So let's go ahead and move on. Bang, piece of technology. There we go. And let's go ahead and move on. So next up, we're going to be talking about the Vicky game, which currently has 2 open slots in Great Britain and Malaysia, and still going great, still going good. Just trying to refill a couple of slots, and don't worry, they're in pretty good shape. Next up, we're going to be talking about PLT's game. It's a World War I game, and it's really nicely done. It is set between, even the German Navy is accurate in comparison to the British Navy, which is, he did his homework. It really is an amazing game. I support it fully. I would say go sign up today. It's on the forums on Supremacy, so go ahead and check that one out. We also have the Ashes RP, which is another post-apocalyptic RP created by the Ninth. Right now it's currently full, but except for we still have Wastelanders, which can RP on the chat and stuff like that and interact with the story that way. They just won't have a physical nation to call home. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about the RPU and Nelva project, Dimitra 2. Is a game that's being translated from French to English. It'll be an international game where you can post in either French or English, and then the game master, or game admin as we call him in the English server, will translate that article into the other language so that everyone can understand it. It still early works, and it's still being worked on, but it's exciting nonetheless, and you should get more details on that in the near future. AOR or Age of Redemption is also making a comeback, and we'll soon have a RP that's posted on the RPU Discord server. That should be coming up in the near future as well. I'm just working on some of the last things, as well as setting admins and all the other good stuff. And as any good showman will tell you, the first 5 minutes is the key, and I'm working on the first 5 minutes and how I want to set it. But that one's going to be set in a Age of Redemption in the storyline that occurred in Supremacy 1914. And after 60 years, another nuclear warfare occurs, thanks to that annoying little group called Spectre. the war is not as bad due to there not being as many warheads, but mostly humanity still has to hide in bunkers and tunnels for 2 weeks to survive. Basically what this game will take place in is Germany, is that everyone was coming into the region for peace talks and all that other good stuff, as another war was brewing on the horizon between Poland, the new German Republic, and the European powers allied against the Americans and Poland. And to avoid the war, they all met in Berlin to try and discuss the situation and the issue peacefully. However, that sadly did not happen, and then what will happen is you'll play characters as they re-emerge upon the wasteland from various nations of your choosing that were attending the conference. Let's see here. Last but not least, welcome back, Ender, and I'd also like to welcome aboard Blitzen. Good job for trying to learn this and do that, and we'll look forward to seeing how you do. And oh yeah, the grand list. So right now, some of you have heard my pains, but I am making a grand list of all our peers that have ever been in our community, because we need to get this done. We need to have a list somewhere of how many people we have in our community. Aside from that, I think that's about it. I hope you all have a good one, and look forward to the next video next week.